Well, I really don't believe that we could be more spread out than we are tonight.
You suggested we bunch them.
You know, it's so much nicer when we sit together.
Want to come down here, Diane?
Want me to come down there? Okay, I guess I'll come down there.
Yeah, come in there. Come down here so you won't.
All right.
Be sitting alone.
Everybody please move to the
We could do that. I don't know. Want to move?
You want to come down here? Yeah, come down here so we're all bunched together.
You on the other side.
Mr. James, you want to come and hang out up in the middle here? Oh.
Really? We knew one another.
All right, we know your history now.
It's okay, for whatever embarrassing things he wants to say about me, I know as many or more about him. I even have bathtub pictures. For anybody, since we're doing the intro, that's my friend Yonatan. We've known each other since he was born, because I'm older. Our parents were best friends.
Oh, that's so nice.
So you were in the same hospital, being born at the same time?
No, I'm like 4 years older than him. Yeah, 4 years. My parents got a head start on his. You can make faces as much as you want. I will ignore them. Oh, is that it? You got required to know? Okay.
Well, good Shabbos, everyone. It's so good to be together. We want to welcome those who are joining us in Cyber World on our YouTube link. We are less than a week away from another very important Jewish moment. Next week we will, Jews all over the world will commemorate Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the month of Av. In Jewish history, it was a tragic day. Throughout history, it has served as a reminder of all of those kind of difficult moments. The destruction of the temple, the expulsion from Spain, pogroms, and even so far as to associate events that didn't happen on the 9th of Av to that time. And so some of the music that I've chosen and tortured Ari with tonight is reflective of that. So we're going to start tonight with a Sephardic melody on page 330 in the back of your prayer books. The song is Ki Eshmera Shabbat, and it comes from a text If I keep the Shabbat will keep me.
Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini. Oti le'olam me'ad beino beini.
Page 7. Let's read together. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom?
On this
Day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. So let's bring in Shabbat on page 2 and 3. Lee and Cynthia, would you join me up here with the candles? Come on up. I promise you don't have to do anything. You're in the big leagues now. So, if you would light the candles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shabbat Shalom. See, that was easy, painless. Yeah. I've learned over the years if I don't make it a surprise, everyone refuses me. So it's just a surprise. So let's turn now to page 8. Page 8, let's read together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created, and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life. Page 14. The bottom of the page, or Zarua.
Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Uishrelem Simcha. Yalla la 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 la. Ya la la. Yalla la 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 la. La la. Yalla la 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 la. Ya la la. Yalla la 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 la. Ya la la. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Vatzadik, Uishrelem Simcha.
Light is sown for the righteous. Let's continue on page 20 with L'Chadodi.
L'Chadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmianu elam yuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem tiferet, v'litila. L'Chadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. L'Chadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Likrat Shabbat, L'chu b'necha, Ki mekor ha'beracha. Merosh mikeren nesucha, Sof ma'aseh v'machshavat techila. L'Chadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. L'Chadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ותהילה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לחרוני לקראת קהלה, עיני שבת נקבלה. לחרוני לקראת קהלה, עיני שבת נקבלה. לקראת קהלה, עיני שבת נקבלה. לחרוני לקראת קהלה, עיני שבת נקבלה.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's turn to each other and introduce yourselves, greet someone new. Big hug. Oh, it's good to see you. I've missed you. Yeah? Oh, yeah? How fun. Oh, good to see you. Congratulations. This week. Any simchas, happy moments? Stuart.
I got 200,000 miles on my car on the same engine.
Wow.
Wow.
And you're still driving it.
We'll find out this evening.
Diane.
I am on the diversity blogging committee with People's Race, and we had something called the diversity fair. We had 26 tables.
Yeah.
All with lots and lots of food. The Jewish table did chopped liver, some challah, matzo ball soup, and some pimentage.
And Lipitor at the end, right? And Lipitor at the end.
It was just incredible. And it was very crowded, and it was very successful. Then we had a costume and performance parade afterwards.
Uh-huh.
It was a big to do, and
Nice. Nice. Yes, Cynthia.
He started a new job, Director of Treasury this week, so we're
Ooh, Director of the Treasury?
Director of Treasury at a new company.
Ah.
The Treasury would be way better.
There's a lot of stress involved in that one.
Yeah. But you get to sign all those dollar bills and things. Yeah. Any other simchas? Well, great.
I'd
Yes.
like to share, the membership committee had 10 members.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Did you leave anybody for the other committees?
Pardon?
Did you leave anybody for the other committees?
That's not my problem.
They're on their own. Every committee for itself. Right? All right, so let's turn in our prayer books now to page 26. Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbah, B'yom Tivrach Yurtei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechonu, V'yomechon, Uchayedecho Be'Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Ubizman Kariv, V'yimeru, Amen. Yeshmei Rabbah Mevorach, Leolam Lo Mehamaya, Yiparach, Yiparach V'ishtabach, V'yitpar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal, Shemei Kudesha B'richu, Leila Mikol Berchata V'shirata, Tushbechata B'nechemata, Damihiran Be'oma, V'yimeru, Amen.
Please rise as able for Baruch Hu.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
On page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhma pateach sha'arim, u'bitvana meshana itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'mesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem, barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golal or mipnei choshech, v'hoshech mipnei or, Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tziva'ot shmo. El chai v'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. On the bottom of page 32, let's read together. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael. nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha v'vetecha ulechtecha v'derech u'shokbecha v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu totafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem
Adonai Elohechem. On page 37, let's read together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are resting. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Let's turn now to page 40 as we introduce a new Mechamocha.
Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. So again, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Same melody. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nehera b'kodesh, norat tehilot osefele, osefele, osefele. Yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la la, yalla la la la. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nehera b'kodesh, norat tehilot osefele, osefele, osefele. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Not bad. Like it.
Not bad for the first time.
Yeah.
Well done, y'all.
Page 43, let's read together at the top. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 44.
V'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asar Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asar Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat l'asur et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam.
We continue now on page 46 with Tefillah. Please rise as able and join us in prayer.
Sfatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha Adonai sfatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha Adonai sfatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha Adonai sfatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'koneh hakol V'zocher chasei avot v'imahot U'mevi geulah livnei v'neihem Leman shemo be'ahava Melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia morid hatal Mechalkel chayim bechesed Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato Lishenei afar, Michamucha bal gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanat alachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh.
And let us all say amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. On page 55, let us read at the bottom. Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and that the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. The top of page 57. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, Ba'amcha Yisrael, Utfilatam b'ahava tekabel, Udhidratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Sha'odcha levadcha, B'yirah na'avod. Bottom of page 59. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us a little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Ulcha, Na'eh Lehodot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata umelech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata umelech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. B'tov b'necha levarech et Amacha Yisrael. Bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam.
Let's take a moment now and pray silently. Please use the next few moments for your own private reflection. So let's take a moment now and think about the people in our lives who are struggling with illness, with challenges. Let's lift them up, hold them in our hearts, and ask God for help. This Shabbat, we call out the names of John Deacons and Debbie Simon, the Martinez family, Philip Richardson and Alan Levin, Aaron Kugler and Donna Lees, Margot Seckler and Shmuel Rosenzweig, Wanda Berkowitz, Emily Diamond, Janet Stevenson, Karen Ellis, Rabbi Sarah Cohen, Menachem Avraham ben Sarah Verhoeven, Iris Rockman, Arlene Rosenbaum, Tanya Thompson, Christina Kurt, Isaac Schwartz, Kathy Allen, Lenore Adler, Jackie Mills, Aries Leal, Lexi Gardner, Amanda Johnson, Ruth Alford, and Jennifer Gibson. And let's lift them up and let's add. If you have names you'd like to add, please call them out.
Jackie Curtis, Karen Benz.
Virginia Alvarado Garza.
Page 253. Let's join together with Mishabera.
Misheberach avotenu nekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu nekor abracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
May the Holy and Blessed One reach out to all those that we've named and remind them of God's loving embrace in this week ahead. Amen.
Amen.
So, this summer has given me maybe way too much time to think about the state of our congregation and the needs that we face to ensure our future. As most congregations face financial struggles, Temple Sinai has its share and more. And fewer people are joining synagogues today, and those who join are unfortunately giving less and less money. We no longer see our memberships as ensuring the future of our grandchildren. Unfortunately, our society has become focused on itself and our children and less about future generations. The phrase "l'ador vador" kind of hangs in the abyss. But the more I thought about this, the more I struggled. I got depressed, and I said, that's not what I want to talk about tonight. So I want to turn to another issue, but I think they're related. This week brings a Jewish challenge to us found in our Jewish calendar. And on Wednesday of next week, congregations and communities all over the world will mark the commemoration of Tisha B'Av. It's a day set aside in the Jewish year to remember. And in fact, memory and history is tied to this Shabbat Torah portion as well. And I have to thank two colleagues of mine, Rabbi Kerry Olitsky and Rabbi James Michaels, for opening my eyes to this portion in this way. This week we begin the book of Deuteronomy. Its name in Hebrew is devarim, literally words or things. And in this case, meaning events. It's also the beginning of a series of final orations by Moses to the people of Israel before he leaves them. In the midst of his speech, Moses retells the story of the Israelites' journey wandering through the desert. Beginnings of books are always full of promise. And with each step that Moses retraces, one has the feeling that the journey is beginning again. Perhaps that's part of Moses' intent for rehearsing each event. As one relives the event, you can experience its impact and its lesson again. Moses stands at the place that he believes the Israelites forfeited years ago with their actions. This portion is always read on the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av, that day of infamy in Jewish history in which both ancient temples were destroyed, although at different times, and other calamities occurred. Part of the challenge of understanding this message is to understand its connection to Tisha B'Av. Moses begins his speech with travel from Horeb, Mount Sinai, to Moab. But his intent is not just to recount the people's travels to Israel. Rather, he intends to make them responsible for it as they are about to enter the land of Israel. Moses begins by retelling the sins of the spies. The advance team of scouts sent into the promised land. And then he speaks of the younger generation before finally speaking of the wise men. And in this portion, the people evolve as does Moses. Moses moves from lawgiver to interpreter. He teaches the law. He repeats the law. He interprets the law. His lesson to deal justly does not just emerge from the history of our people, it comes from its memory. So, in addition, in the first few words of Deuteronomy, we find a familiar connection to this commemoration. In Deuteronomy 1, verse 12, the verse begins with the word Eicha, the Hebrew name for the book of Lamentations, which is read on the 9th of Av. In fact, the tradition on this Shabbat is for the Torah reader, if we have a minyan tomorrow, it will happen, to depart from the musical cantillation that we normally chant and to sing that one verse with a special soulful, sometimes depressed melody of Lamentations. Chapter 1, verse 12 reads, "How can I bear unaided the trouble you cause, the burden and the bickering?" Its plaintive nature evokes the rhetorical nature of the question. There truly is no answer, only a moan, a cry of despair. The word Eicha only occurs 18 times in the entire Bible. In each instance, it conveys this deep felt angst, this rhetorical complaint. But the same Hebrew letters, in the same order, with a different set of vowels, appear differently in one other place in the book of Genesis. After Adam and Eve eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge, God asks them, Ayeka, where are you? The traditional explanation is not that God is really asking the location of the first humans. Rather, God's asking them, where are you morally? Have you grown? Have you learned anything wandering this garden? Well, our sages traditionally looked at this rhetorical question, Eicha, and read it with the very real question, Ayeka. Yes, we mourn for the tragedies of the Jewish people. Yes, we allow ourselves the luxury of anguish at the calamities that dot our people's history. But where are we? Have we learned anything from that history? To ask the first question and not to attempt to ask the second would be an exercise in shallowness. Not only that, but it wouldn't be the Jewish thing to do. It would render our history meaningless. Maybe there's some room for my initial ramblings here. Where are we in our pursuit as a congregation of financial security for our community? Nearly 45 years ago, people who are no longer here set the wheels in motion to create a sacred Jewish community on the west side of Houston. This building, planted here over 20 years ago, represents the second stage of that dream. Today, many of us were not members even when that happened. We are the recipients. And that what is our responsibility as recipients to those yet born, so that they will find a embracing community that is strong and vibrant as our gift to them. We need to ask these questions. Whom can we help today? Perhaps most important, once we've started moving in one direction, do we ever stop to evaluate where we're going and whether we need a mid-course correction? Those are the questions that Moses asks in the opening chapters of Deuteronomy. And maybe we should ask as we open that part of Torah. Rabbinic Midrash interpretation tells us that in the wilderness, our people would recount their sins each year. On Tisha B'Av, realizing that they bore the punishment for their gravity. Each year they would be given the message that they hadn't been totally forgiven. And then just before they entered the land, they knew that the time had come for a new beginning, and God would finally say, I have forgiven. For those from the outside as well, many on the inside, this idea of memory rather than history is the biggest obstacle we have to traverse. You can learn from history, but how does one acquire memory? By retelling the story again and again and again, and placing ourselves in the midst of it, in real time, until it becomes our own story. So may this Shabbat lead you to reflect, and may this coming week lead you to appreciate the great gift that was given to us and the responsibility we bear to make sure that it is passed on better than we received it to generations not yet here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Carol Levin, and I'm Vice President of Education. And it's my honor to be board rep this evening. And before I start this, I have some questions. How many of you were greeted this evening by someone in a blue shirt? Greeted when you came in. And how many of you were greeted by a board rep? All right. So, we're trying to build a community here, okay? And we want you to feel at home. And Eva started the shirts, and I want one, by the way.
Yes, I continue, I believe.
Okay.
Anybody who wants one can get a link.
Okay. So, I think the message here is very clear and it's very strong. Has anyone here made a new friend tonight? I did. I made 2 new friends. And guess what? I got a hug from one of them. She goes, "Why is everybody hugging me?" I said, "Because they love you." "Oh, that's why." So, you know, that's what life is really about, isn't it? It's about coming to pray. It's about the leadership, of course, of Rabbi Lipper and Ari with his beautiful music. But it's about family. It's about coming together. And that's what's so special about this temple. So, Shabbat Shalom and welcome, guests and congregants. We hope that you participate in the Shabbat has been very meaningful. Let me share with you some upcoming events that may be interesting to you. Please join Rabbi Lipper for Torah study tomorrow at 9, followed by Shabbat morning service at 10:30 in the sanctuary. Join Chava Galor this coming Thursday, July 27th for lunch and learn Torah study from 12:30 to 1:30. It will be via Zoom. Please reach out to Chava for more information. Please join us Sunday, August 6th from 10 to 3 for Temple Sinai's indoor spruce up for the holidays. We will be getting the building ready for the new year. Lunch will be provided, so please RSVP August 2nd to Stuart Huson. Check the bulletin you received tonight or the weekly newsletter for more information. Temple Sinai is having a shoe drive to raise money while providing shoes for those in need. Please bring gently used matching pairs of shoes now and throughout the summer. There is a box located in the lobby. The shoes will be donated to developing countries. I think it's really lovely. I put a lot of shoes in there already. Join us for Kiddush and Motzi following the service, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
So one of the important things that I can ask you, Ayeka, where are you? If everyone turns around and looks up on the wall, you'll see a camera up there. That is part of our live stream. And for the last however many years have passed, we've had the same group of 4 or 5 people who have shown up on a cycle every week to make sure that the live stream is on. And they manage it. And we're looking for new volunteers. And Phil, who's hiding in the ritual room, is tonight's offering for the live stream. Phil is very gracious. Thank you, Phil. And we're looking for new volunteers to expand that pool. So not only can you buy a t-shirt, you can put it to immediate use by joining the Sinai Stream team.
Ooh.
Sinai
Stream team.
The Sinai Stream team. So if you'd like to be on the Sinai Stream see Phil, see Ari, see Sandy, and we'll get you connected.
Hey, Rabbi, I'm going to ask the same question I asked last week. Is this something somebody needs special technical abilities for?
Right, so this is so easy. If you can push a button, you can do this. Okay? The instructions are real clear. All you have to do is push a button. You kind of sit back in that room, and you can watch services by the camera. And help us out. So on Friday nights and a couple of Saturday mornings a year, we are streaming our services. And for the people at home, it's really important. And if we run out of people to do it, then we can't do it anymore. And that would be a loss for our community. So please consider it, see me, talk to me, and we'll make it happen. And with all that said, page 283, 283, please rise as able for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tek gdula liotzer breshit, shehu samach elkeinu liachad et shemo, v'gor aleinu lehamlich malchuto, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu. She'unot hashamayim meyoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim ima, u'shchinatu zo, b'govhei meromim, u'Eloheinu enod, emet malkeinu efes zulato, kakatu b'torato, V'yarata yom me'ashevota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim ima, ve'al haaretz, mitachat enod, v'ne'emar ve'haya Adonai, L'melech kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. At this sacred time, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and our neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race, nation, and faith whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. This week we mark the yard sites for Maria de Linan, grandmother of Beth Zefford, Irving Fishman, father of Ethel Grudem, Edna Falk, grandmother of Karen Westall, Harry Greenberg, grandfather of Janet Godfrey, Deborah Frischman, the daughter of David and Marilyn Frischman, Sheila Sokol, the wife of Malcolm Sokol, Kenneth Berger, father of Debbie Simon, Marianne Janesh, sister of Ruth Alford, Celia Cam, mother of Lawrence Cam. Are there any additional names for Kaddish this week? For all of them, we say, Zechronam Livracha, may their memories be with us as a blessing. As we turn now to page 294, and rise for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divarach hirute, v'yamlech malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'galav ezman kari v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, v'alam elamei alamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar, v'trumam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei d'kudsha b'richu. V'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nehemata, da'amiran v'yalama v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, v'ya oseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and bring comfort to all who are bereaved among us. Amen. You may be seated. Please turn in your prayer books to page 291. Normally this is a Kaddish reading, but some years ago, two of our great musicians put it to music. And so we're going to conclude our service, bottom of page 291, with Yesh Kochavim, there are stars up above.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
Wish you a restful and meaningful Shabbat as you go about your weekend and into the week that comes. Ask yourself the question, not Echa, Barayeka. Where are you? And hopefully you will find the path that opens up before you to lead you back here to us. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.